Hey attorneys, Anita Tallman here from Social Fire Starter. Just wanted to go over a quick question I get about how is my website doing. So let's talk a little bit about statistics. So I always tell my attorneys that you should always have access to your Google Analytics. Log into there, do a couple searches on the different types of reporting and statistics you can get from Google Analytics. Look over that. The other thing I tell my attorneys is do some searches yourself. Go on your desktop, do some searches from your office that you want to come up under. Look at your Google My Business listing. Of course, look at the first page of Google, see if you can find yourself. And then what I also tell attorneys is that you should look at your mobile device and do searches on what you want to come up under on your mobile, your cell phone as well. And then the other thing that you can do is drive, let's say maybe 10 minutes away from your office, do the same searches on your mobile and see where you are coming up on your Google My Business listing. And then do that again, drive another 5 minutes out, maybe even another 5 minutes out, and keep doing those searches. That'll kind of tell you what's going on as far as how your site is ranking. Now, going back to Google Analytics, the thing about Google Analytics is, first of all, I don't find it very intuitive, so it is kind of hard to understand exactly what you are looking at. But what I would say is this. When you look at stats of your site, it really doesn't tell the whole story whatsoever. In fact, it doesn't really help you understand how your site is doing. You really don't know how your site is doing until you start asking the right questions to your potential clients that are contacting you. Because, and I say this because a lot of attorneys, well, they get a lot of traffic to their site, but then they don't get a lot of conversion. A lot of attorneys get very few visitors to your site, but they have a high conversion. So there's a lot of things about looking at stats that don't necessarily tell you the whole what's going on, the whole story. Sorry, I have to keep moving. I've got Skylar with me here. So what you want to do is to make sure you ask the right questions to your clients of how they found you, and more importantly, what made them decide to actually reach out to you. And another thing you can do is whatever company you're working with, whatever SEO company you are working with, ask them a little bit more about what's happening as far as what they see on their end. I know for us, we have a lot of access to different tools that I can see call logs. I can see what calls are coming in from your Google My Business in opposed to your desktop, or sorry, your organic searches. I can see a lot of good data from your Google My Business listing that doesn't really show up well on Google Analytics. So ask the right questions to your SEO company, and like I said, make sure you're asking good questions to those that have decided to hire you. That is your best resource to understand how well your website is working. All right, as usual, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, go look at some data.